Hi, my name's Maggie Keener, and I went to the student dialogue about I'm sexy and I know it, strong men and beautiful women. Um, I don't think ours was really a true dialogue. Not everyone talked, and the questions were just really, really scripted. Like, how do you feel about this? Why do you feel that? What is this? Why is it like that? Um, Second question, only the same people kept talking, and I mean, it was one of those situations where, like, if you're comfortable talking in a public setting, you'd feel fine to answer the questions. I personally didn't say very much. I had an opinion on most of it, but I didn't feel comfortable talking. And it was honestly really awkward because they said, "Well, what is beauty?" And everyone just kind of sat there and was like, "Beauty's only skin deep, or it's not only skin deep." And yet, society still thinks that skinny and a lot of makeup is beautiful. And then they would ask the guys, like, well, like, what do you think beautiful is? And the guys were like, um, beautiful is when someone's confident and they know who they are and they're nice to people. And that's what I think beautiful is. Yet society still thinks beautiful is models. People with no personality, people who are super thin, people who wear makeup, have all of the nicest clothes. But if all of us in that room thought that beautiful was strong and confident, how come society still thinks it's different? Honestly, I don't really know why the student dialogues are a component of CU 1000. A lot of people don't like to publicly talk. A lot of people go to them right when school year starts so they don't know anyone. Hmm, I guess it was kind of beneficial. It gave me a new insight as to what people think because more people do feel like beauty is not superficial and that it is who you are as a person. I wish that everyone could see people the way I've now chosen to see people, and that if you're being yourself and you're happy with yourself, that makes you 10 times more beautiful than someone who goes through the trouble of putting on makeup and getting dressed every day, really, really nice. Like, I go to class and in leggings and sweatpants pretty much every day, and I still have friends. So obviously, they accept me for who I am, and it may not mean I'm the most beautiful person in the world, but I think I'm beautiful, and that's what's important. So, I really don't know what else I'm supposed to talk about. I think that the vlog component should not be important because I think we should be able to write it in a paper. If I could write everything I'm thinking down on a piece of paper, it would be more in an order and less of me babbling and trying to figure out what I want to talk about. Um, Also, clothing sizes. Sizes of the average American are around, I think, a size 6 or 8. So that seems pretty large compared to models who are size 0. So I don't really know how that makes girls feel good about themselves because if I go into a store and I'm like, oh, I need a size 6, and they're like, oh, size 6, all the models were size 0, it's like, okay, well, now I really feel bad about myself, like, I'm not beautiful. Or I look in a magazine and I see all the girls that are a rail and they're having so much fun and they're getting their makeup done, and I'm like, well, I don't look anything like them, so I'm not pretty. I don't have the nicest things. I'm not pretty. So, like, I feel like the media also sets a bad example of what beautiful is because in our dialogue, we Googled what beauty was, and it was a bunch of girls with their makeup done, hair done, not at all an accurate representation of the human that we are. So, I feel like the biggest place for us to start changing this concept of what beauty is in our society is with the media. Like, some TV shows have now started using plus size characters. They're still beautiful, they're hilarious. Like, that gives a more accurate representation of what beautiful is than when everyone looks exactly the same. So, if maybe more magazines posted natural pictures or they posted girls who weren't plus size but they weren't size 0, that would make more girls confident in who they are. I feel like if the media could incorporate more types of women, the definition of beauty would be expanded to fit everyone. Even though in our dialogue we discussed that beauty is personality and how you carry yourself, I feel like people are still going to go by what the media says is beautiful. And if the media changes what they use all the time, then maybe people would start seeing all people in a different light. So, yeah.